Michael Williamson. I'm the president of Lockheed Martin International, and I'm the senior vice president for strategy and business development for Lockheed Martin.
That's a big business card.
It is a big business card.
Why is RIAT better than a normal air show?
Can I tell you? I want to tell you this.
Sure.
I want to answer this question because I just had this conversation earlier today. I went to my first RIAT 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, I have to tell you, I'm an old retired Army general.
Yep.
And I'm used to having a schedule and a particular topic for that meeting. And so the first time I came to RIAT, I said, okay, who am I seeing and what time am I seeing them? And they said, well, you're going to be there all day and there is no set meeting. You have the opportunity to talk to senior leaders and defense executives from around Europe, around the world. And I'm like, well, that just sounds crazy to me. But I came to my first RIAT, and not just at the lunch events, but just standing and having tea or coffee, I had the opportunity to talk to a number of air chiefs and senior civilian leaders in a very casual and very relaxed. It wasn't, hey, I'm Michael, I'm from Lockheed Martin, and I want to sell you something. It started with, hi, I'm Michael, hi, I'm General, Admiral, whatever, and just having a conversation. It is probably the most relaxed, but most effective venue for just having a conversation. And I'll share with you what I said to 2 air chiefs today, whom I've now known for a number of years. What I said is, because of events like this, things are able to be done at the speed of trust. Not, hey, this guy's from Lockheed and he's an executive. It is, I know Michael. I've talked with Michael several times. When I have a conversation with Michael, it comes from a position of trust. That's what I get when I come to RIAT.
The aviation industry, the military defense industry, it's in a period of transition. How is it changing for how you transact your business? I mean, there's lots of different programs and new stuff coming online, but how, as an executive who has to make these orders happen, make these contracts into reality, how is it different from 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think I have 3, but let me kind of walk through it. So the first one is, if I were doing this and having these kinds of conversations years ago, it would start with a requirements document that they would have invested lots of time on, and they would have handed it to me. It would have been 600 pages, and we would spend a bunch of time trying to understand each one. Now we have conversations about having a capability and transitioning into a capability based from a requirements based. That would be the first thing. The second thing is, and I find it even at a Farnborough, a Paris Air Show, or even a RIAT, I spend a lot more time with other competitors and suppliers who have pieces of the puzzle, if you will. And I find that there's more of a partnering, some of it driven by a country's desire to make sure that they have, their own institutions included. And some of it is capability based, is that they have a great technology or they have a great platform that we can integrate our capability into. I'm seeing a lot more of those kinds of partnerships. And then the third area would be speed. As I talked about in the very beginning with the requirements base, now I have conversations with people and they say, and I'd like to see the prototype of that later this year, right? In months, not years. And so that speed, I think, would be the third difference for me.
Okay. Are you coming back for DSCI in September?
I am.
Right. We've just had a new defense review, and the big theme of the defense review is about prosperity and growth for the British economy, for British workers, for British jobs. How does Lockheed Martin translate British jobs for British workers compared to America first? How do you juggle those two
I feel very strongly about this, and I need to do a better job at having exactly this conversation. I do not view those as mutually exclusive. And in fact, I would tell you that both nations, in this case the UK and the United States, will both benefit. And what we find with our products is that the ability to do some of the manufacturing in the United States does not prevent us from doing manufacturing in different locations. We're having great discussions now about potential space programs that we want to do, and we have found that the right talent is here, the right facilities is here in the UK, and as a result, we think that it can be mutually beneficial for both of us to leverage the skills, the talent, and the facilities in both locations. And so I think, unfortunately, I find a lot of people talk on the extremes about it's US only or it's UK only, but I don't find that to be true in practice. I find the reality being is we're going to find the best talent, the best facilities, the best capabilities in order to deliver on the products, and we're not restricted by the borders. We're going to try to take advantage of the capabilities in both areas.
Okay, great. Thank you for your help.
No, thank you.